So what's better than debunking a falsehood? Never believing it in the first place.
That was my PhD supervisor, Dr. Sander van der Linden, talking about the psychology of how we can best fight misinformation online. Our brains are really weird when it comes to believing misinformation. For instance, studies show that the more a piece of information is repeated, the more likely we are to believe that it is true. That is because repeated information is easier for us to retrieve in our memory, and our brain confuses that ease of retrieval and sense of familiarity for truth. To give you a concrete example, here is a piece of misinformation published about me on the website infofamous.people.com. While it might be an absurd claim to think that I have a net worth of $5 billion earned mostly from TikTok, your mind might be slightly more likely to think this is true if it heard this over and over again. Also, while debunking or fact-checking misinformation is on average slightly effective, misinformation often lingers on in your mind after a fact check, a phenomenon called the continued influence effect. In other words, some people might have trouble forgetting this piece of fake news even after they've been fact-checked. So one alternative to debunking for helping people fight fake news is called pre-bunking. Pre-bunking is essentially helping people spot false claims before they encounter them. I was actually on a paper that was published last year with my PhD supervisor and other colleagues that helped test the effectiveness of a pre-bunking intervention. We created videos like this one, which help teach people about manipulation tactics that are commonly present in misinformation. These videos were shown as YouTube advertisements to millions of people, and our study found them to be effective at helping people spot fake news. Twitter actually employed pre-bunking, telling people that they might see misinformation about the midterm elections. If you're interested in these topics, I recommend checking out my PhD advisor's book, FOOLPROOF, out now in the UK and next month in the US. He is a leading scholar on the psychology of why we fall for misinformation, and if you read it, you might find a few other mentions of studies that we did together during my PhD.